Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Here we go. Shabbat 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 Shalom, we say Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Welcome to Temple Bat Yahm as we gather together here for our day of rest, our day of joy, our day of holiness. We welcome you here. Whether you are a regular or a first-timer or an occasional visitor or a returning person, it's great to have you here. We welcome you whether you're in person or online on one of our many streaming platforms. And we especially welcome you if you are Eli Tabib or his family celebrating becoming a bar mitzvah. Mazel tov to Eli and the whole family.
Mazel tov.
And we also welcome all those who are joining us as part of the global BBYO Shabbat. Let's hear it from the BBYO folks. We have a few, but they're being a bit shy. We'll have to teach them that. Well, welcome. We hope you enjoy the service. To follow along, you need a prayer book. And we'll be beginning our service with blessing over the Shabbat candles. I'm pleased to call upon Nushin, Danielle, Michelle, Suzette, Shala, and Rita. Come on up, and our page 121 is a reading, and then the blessing on page 120.
Ladies, come around, please. Okay. These two English paragraphs.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehavigner shel
Shabbat Shalom, Mazel Tov. Let's join together in Kabbalat Shabbat Psalms, beginning with Psalm 95, the Hu Neranena. We can find that on page 130. 130.
Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranel Adonai. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranel Adonai. Naharia, naharia, letzul yishenu, nekadma fanav betodah. Naharia, naharia, letzul yishenu, nisvirot naharia lo. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranel Adonai. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranel Adonai. Ki el gadol Adonai, umelech gadol al kol Elohim. Asher beyado mechkerei aretz, v'to'afot tarim lo. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranel Adonai. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranel Adonai. Asher lo hayam vehu asahu, ve'abeshet yadav yetzaru. בואו נשתחווה ונקרא, נברכה לפני ארוני עושנו. לכו נרננה, לכו לרננה, לכו נרננה לאדוני. לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה לאדוני. כי הוא אלוהינו ואנחנו עם מריתו וצאן ידו. היומים בקולו תשמעו, תשמעו. לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה לאדוני. לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה לאדוני.
And we join now, page 138, Lecha Dodi, welcoming Shabbat as our beloved, joining us each week. We're singing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9.
Lecha Dodi לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. Lecha Dodi לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. שמעו וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד. אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה. לך אדוני לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך אדוני לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי מקור הברכה, בראש מקדם נסוכה. סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך אדוני לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך אדוני לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. Verse 5, התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך ומאורי, אורי, אורי, שתדברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לך אדוני לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך אדוני לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצולה, רוחם ונעם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה, לך אדוני, לך אדוני קראת כלה, בני שבת נקרלה, לך אדוני לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקרלה.
Let's join together, page 146, as we remain standing for the call to prayer. Please be seated. On page 149, let's join together in the English on the top of the page. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening
Baruch atah Adonai ha'ma'ariv ha'aravi.
Amen. Page 150.
Ahavat olam Beit Yisrael, mechavta. Torah u'mitzvot ukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta, otanu limadeta. Al ben Adonai Eloheinu b'shachvenu, uv'kumenu nasiach bechukecha, ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד, כי הם חיינו באורך ימינו, ובהם נגד יומם ולילה, נגד יומם ולילה. ואהבתך אל תשים ממנו לעולמי.
Let's rise for the Shema, page 152.
ברוך אתה אדוני,
Baruch Shema.
אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו,
Page 154.
ואתה בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאורות ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם, אמת.
Please be seated. On page 158, the song our ancestors sang when they crossed the sea to freedom, Mi Chamocha.
משה ומרים, זלי זלי עלו ואמרו, זלי זלי עלו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. היי יבבה בם 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 יבבה בם בם יבבה בם 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 אדוני את יעקב וגלום יד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני
ברוך שמו
גאל ישראל.
Amen. On page 161, let's join together at the top of the page. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up, waiting to do your will.
Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim.
Amen. Vishamru, our passage from Torah about Shabbat is an opportunity for those who are able to rise and exercise those shoulder muscles, because we have a signature. Vishamru, don't be shy, folks at home. I want to see it, Barry Cohen and Debbie Katz, and let's see it.
בני ישראל, בני ישראל, את השבת לעשות,
את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל, בני ישראל, את השבת לעשות, את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ישראל אותי לעולם ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם מנית עולם כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש ושמרו That was good. We had some really good clickers out there. Well, I think we're all ready now for our standing prayer, our Amidah, the Tefillah, the central prayer, page 164.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi agi tehilatecha Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor ve'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim, ve'Konei Hakol, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה מלך חוזר ומושיע ומגן ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה 168 אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם מכלכל חיים בחסד מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים סומך לופרים ורופא חולים ומתיר אסורים ומקיים אמונתו שני אהבה מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומי דומה לך מלך אמית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Please be seated. On page 173, let's join together. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth.
May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day.
May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise.
Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat.
Amen. Page 175. Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu b'amcha Yisrael. תפילתם באהבה תקבל ותהי רצון תמיד עבודת ישראל עמך. ברוך אתה אדוני שעודך לבדך ביראה נעבוד.
Amen.
And on page 177, let's join together in a prayer of thanksgiving. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth which day by day sustains us. For all these and more, we offer our thanks.
Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulecha na'eh lehodot.
Amen. Page 178, our prayer for peace.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov beinecha levarech et amcha Yisrael bechol heit v'chol sha'a yishlomecha. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Baruch atah Adonai
Baruch Shema.
המברך את עמו ישראל.
Let's take a few moments for silent prayer.
עושה שלום Aseh Shalom Aleinu.
Friends, let's turn our thoughts and prayers to those who are in need of healing, of body, of mind, of spirit. Page 382. Some are here with us tonight. Some are on Zoom or streaming. Some are in hospital, undergoing treatments, awaiting diagnoses, struggling with mental illness, addiction, infertility. Think of them all. Page 382.
Rifa'enu Adonai v'nei rafeh, Hoshienu v'nivashe'ah, El karov l'kol karav, Karov yire'av yishor. Refuah shelema, refuah shelema. Hoshia et amecha uvarech et nachalatecha, Horeim v'naseim al ha'olam. Misheberach avoteinu, Misheberach imoteinu, Ana Adonai Hoshiana. Refuah shelema, refuah, heal us now, heal us now, shelema.
I'm now pleased to call up Yosef ben Eliyahu Venushin. That's you, Eli. Eli's going to lead us in the Kiddush, and I invite the congregation to please rise and hopefully you received some wine or grape juice on your way in, or it's about to be passed around. Am I seeing wine or grape juice going around? Yes, people have it. And folks at home, grab your Kiddush cups. We don't know what's in your Kiddush cups, but we'll assume it's wine or grape juice. Thank you, Cantor.
Rabbi.
The seventh day is consecrated to the Lord our God, with wine, our symbol of joy. We celebrate this day in its holiness. We give thanks for all our blessings, for life and health, for work and rest, for home and love and friendship. On Shabbat, our eternal sign of creation, we remember that we are created in a divine image. We therefore raise the cup in thanksgiving. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodesho be'ahava u'v'ratzon himhilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom tehila lemikrai kodesh zecher l'tziat mitzrayim kivanu v'chareta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim ve'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon himhaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat. Amen.
L'chaim, shkach, Shabbos.
Good job. That's step one. Fantastic. Shake hands, Rabbi. Want some more? You can have some more. It's just juice.
Please be seated. So since we only have this Shabbat and next Shabbat before many people's favorite holiday, Hanukkah, we are, of course, making our way in the Torah cycle reading to the section about latkes and dreidels. Right? No, actually, no reference to Hanukkah in the Torah. At least no direct reference, maybe allusions. Okay, so with 2 weeks to go, we must be in the 7.5-year cycle of reading the Talmud up to the section about latkes and dreidels. Actually, nowhere near. In fact, the Talmud, you would think, would have a tractate, a Masechet, devoted to Hanukkah. I mean, come on, it's Hanukkah. It's not in the Torah. It's not in the Hebrew Bible. And the Talmud does not even have a tractate devoted to what many wrongly consider one of our major holidays. Where do we find Hanukkah referenced? Not in the Hebrew Bible. There is a book of Maccabees. In fact, the book of Maccabees was so successful, they made a sequel. There's 2 books of Maccabees. But you won't find it in the Hebrew Bible. You'll find it in the Christian Bible as part of the Apocrypha, Epigrapha, not in ours. And you won't find a tractate of Talmud talking about Hanukkah. Instead, you'll find a very interesting question raised in a Masechet on Shabbat. There is a Masechet, a tractate called Shabbat. and it deals with all the laws of Shabbat. And there's a long section describing Shabbat candles, about what kind of wick one is to use, what kind of oil one can use. And then all of a sudden, you can just imagine the scene. All these rabbis 2,000 years ago, and this one rabbi who was kind of, maybe a little bit of a schmendrick, puts up his hand and he says, "My Hanukkah. What's this thing called Hanukkah everyone's talking about?" The rabbis didn't know about it. They didn't know what Hanukkah was. People were celebrating it, but they didn't know what it was. Why would it come about in a discussion about candles for Shabbat? Why?
Which do you like first?
Because there's candles for Hanukkah, in case you didn't know. And ensuing is a conversation between the house of Hillel, the one who attends university regularly, and Shammai, who tends to get the raw end of the stick, about how one should light the candles of the Chanukiah. The house of Shammai says, let's begin the holiday in a blaze of glory with all the lights lit. And then each night, let's subtract one. Because after all, the miracle of the oil was a diminishing oil through the 8 days. Makes a lot of logical sense, doesn't it? But Hillel said, we increase the light. We start with one, and each night we increase it. Raise your hand if you follow Shammai's practice at home. Sally does, okay. I think Sally raised her hand by mistake there, because I'm sure she follows Hillel's practice of each night increasing by one, because that was the prevailing decision. Why is it that we raise the light by one? Well, at the darkest time of year, we bring light. Not only is the Chanukiah a reminder of the miracle of the light that lasted 8 crazy nights in the rededicated temple, but it's a reminder that our role, our mission in the world is to bring light when there's darkness. Darkness in the soul, darkness in society. Pick an issue. We as Jews are invited, called upon to shed light. This Shabbat is global BBYO Celebrate Shabbat. But it's also, in many congregations around this country, Gun Violence Prevention Shabbat. A night for shedding light on a scourge of our nation. We often take delight in being exceptional, but I know none of us takes delight in being exceptional as the Western democracy with the greatest number of gun deaths per capita. And so, as Jews, we reflect on the darkness created in so many lives as a result of guns, their misuse. And we think about how we can bring light to that issue. This Wednesday night, we're holding the second of our social justice forums. It's going to be on Zoom. And the topic we'll be discussing is how we can find solutions to the problem of guns in this country. But there are many other issues that we are called upon to bring light to. And I think we would agree that the Jewish people have pulled more than our weight in helping bring light to so many issues in the world. That's what we're doing here. And while the Torah portion this week does not talk about Hanukkah, it does talk about the origin of the name, one of the names of our people, Yisrael. When Jacob wrestles with a divine being, is renamed Yisrael, the one who wrestles with the divine. What is the nature of that wrestling? It's to discern our mission, to discern in any circumstance how it is we can bring light to the situation that we face. Whether it's helping the folks in Iran who are trying to remove the yoke of a totalitarian version, misguided version of a great religion, whether it be the issue of guns, whether it be the issue of homelessness or rights for LGBTQ people. These are things that we're invited to wrestle with. So as we count down the days towards Hanukkah, the festival of light, let's remember to bring light. And when people ask us, as they do in the Talmud, my Hanukkah, what is Hanukkah? Let's not spend too much time talking about the dreidels and the latkes. Let's tell them, let's bring light to the world. Amen.
Amen.
Friends, we turn now to page 586, our vision for the future, more perfect future, and the Aleinu. And I'm pleased to call upon Ramin, Iraj, Ardalan, and Ben to come up to the bima, and with the congregation, please rise.
עלינו לשבח אדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד ארץ, מושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגופי מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים, לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
Let's remain standing as we turn to Kaddish Yatam, the Mourner's Kaddish, page 598. This Shabbat, we're in the Shloshim, 30 days mourning period for Bernice Bunny Burns, Jean Butler, Sanford Lewis Greenberg, Edwin Raymond Roth, Phyllis Sapsowitz, Sam Schultz, and Nita Schuster. This Shabbat marks the yahrzeit, the anniversary of the deaths of Lillian Braverman, Susan Binder Grout, Jacob Dinnan, Thelma Epstein, Stuart Evans, Victor Feld, Nina Fisher, Benjamin Frankel, Max Gordon, Jeannie Greenstein-Slass, Helen Henry, Harry J. Holmes, Joseph Oswald Kopel, Francis Kramer, Jenny Manister, Dorothy Marcus, Dean Jeffrey Miller, Shelley Posner, Sadie Reason, George Rothenberg, Helen Samowitz, Karen Shore, Judith Siegel, Marion Sola, Deborah Visser, Wendy Weinberg, and Cecilia Werner. We also remember those who've died due to baseless hatred here and around the world, those who've died from COVID-19 most especially, as well as those who died through gun-related deaths. The gun death toll so far this year is 41,598, and so far in 2022 there have been 624 mass shootings. Zichronam Levracha, may their memories be an abiding blessing. Page 598. Yitgadal, Vitkadash, Shemei Rabbah, Be'alma, Divrach, Hirutei, V'yamlich Malchutei, B'chayachon, V'yamechon, V'chayei Dechol, Beit Yisrael, Ba'gala, V'izman, Kariv, Imru, Amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbah, Mevarach, Le'alam, Lamei Amayah. Yitbarach, v'yishtabach, v'yitba'a, v'yitramam, v'yitnaseh, v'yitada, v'yitaleh, v'yitalal, shemei d'kudsha m'brichu. La'ena min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechemata, damiran v'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shalom ha'rabba min shamaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Israel, v'imru amen.
Amen.
May the source of peace and peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved, and we say, Amen. Please be seated. I'm now pleased to call upon Isaac Jolson, who's the Shaliach of the Pacific West region of BBYO, along with our president, Adrian Cohen. As I've mentioned a couple times, tonight is Global BBYO Shabbat. Isaac, you can head over to the other side. McCanta's got a mic for you. Welcome to our BBYO folks, both from chapters Tov B'Yachad and Avira Tova. Our two local Orange County chapters, including one here at Temple Bat Yahm. Isaac, take it away.
Yeah, so as Rabbi Gersh mentioned, it is Global Shabbat today for BBYO, and basically what that is pretty much every chapter across the world celebrates Shabbat together. And let me just say, my name is Isaac Jolson. I'm the Regional Vice President of Jewish Enrichment and Community Service for the Southern California region of BBYO. And I just wanted to share a few words about what BBYO is and what it means to me. Essentially, BBYO is a Jewish youth group for teens. We hang out once a week. We have a lot of fun. But BBYO is not your typical youth group. It has over 750 chapters across the world in over 60 different countries, creating a unique Jewish teen network that spans across the globe. BBYO has given me so many opportunities to not only connect to other Jews in many other countries like Spain, Uganda, Ukraine. It has given me the platform to express my Judaism, not just through a synagogue, but with other Jews throughout my community. And especially in a time with growing anti-Semitism, I think it's important for Jews across a community to really unite and come together. And I think that's why BBYO is really special, because it allows you to make friends that may not go to your school, you may not know very well, but you all have one thing in common, and that is that you are all Jewish, and you can unite through that. And that is a truly special and unique thing. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Thanks, Isaac. Great job.
Thank you, Isaac. I am also a proud BBYO member when I was a teen, and I am still friends with some of my friends from back then, and a lot of them went on to do great things. So thank you for that. Shabbat Shalom to everyone. Thank you to Rabbi Zilberman, Cantor Grant, for a beautiful service, and our staff. Much appreciated. Matthew and Aaron Ross back there, stalwart. And Mazel Tov to Elad Tabib on your big day tomorrow and on his whole family, for his whole family. He is the son of Nushin and Ramin, and he will be called to the Torah tomorrow at 10:30 in this sanctuary. So we have wanted to thank all of our new members who came early tonight. It was a pleasure meeting you and talking to you, and it's wonderful to see so many of you here, so many old and new members, and we welcome all of you here. There will be an oneg outside. I know some of you are here because you are experiencing grief. Others are here celebrating, and our community is here for you, and it is wonderful to see everyone here in this room tonight, so I appreciate that. Torah study tomorrow is at 9 a.m. in person and on Zoom with Rabbi Zilberman. JCal this Sunday at 9 a.m. for all the JCal families, and WTBY is sponsoring a breakfast for all the JCal families Sunday, which is fantastic. We have our Jewish movie night to Golden Voices on Sunday, December 11th, which is a 4:30 p.m. nosh and a 4:45 p.m. screening. If you miss any details, these bright yellow flyers are outside with all the details of how to RSVP and what events are coming up. So I'm gonna just highlight some of the things coming up, but you can always look also online at tby.org, and you can RSVP and ask about any information about events with Sue Penn at any time, which is great. We have our high tea on December 13th. We have Foundations of Judaism every Wednesday night on Zoom at 6 p.m. We have, as the rabbi said, our social justice forum with our guest speaker, Patricia Bowe from Moms Demand Action for Gun Sense in America. And they will be discussing gun violence from a health perspective, public health perspective. And finally, well, not quite last, December 18th, which is a week from Sunday, we are having our Hanukkah celebration here. We're going to light the menorah at 5:30 p.m., and we're having a band. And the lead singer is Allison Sonnenschein, who is amazing. So I'm very excited. They're going to do 80s music, and there has been an amazing response. So if you want tickets now, instead of going on the website, email Mel Bordelon directly to reserve your spot. So if you haven't done it, please do it now. I will be there with my family. I'm very excited to celebrate with everyone. And then we'll be back here on night 6, which is the following Friday, to celebrate the 6th night, also with the menorah lighting at 5:30 p.m. So again, if you missed anything, everything's on the yellow flyer or on the website. Mazel tov to your family, Eli, and have a wonderful day tomorrow. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Adrian. And I should add that I also went to BBYO as a teen, and look where I ended up. Oy vey. Isaac, just planting a seed there. Our closing song tonight, Shalom Aleichem.
Yes, and it's actually from the 80s. Well, it actually might be from the 90s.
Was it the 1880s?
1880s.
1880s.
Yes,
yeah.
I think it was the 1890s when Israel Goldfarb wrote this world-renowned rendition of Shalom Aleichem. And as we head to our Oneg Shabbat, some of you heading to dinner, this is one of the most beloved of all table songs in the Jewish world. And it's written by an American, which is unusual for worldwide acceptance. So Shalom Aleichem, 627, and thank you to Paul Zuhl, our most gifted accompanist for so many years. Thank you, Paul. Please rise.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharim, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Boachem L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Baruch Li L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, ביתכם לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי העליון, מי מלך מלאכי המלאכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא.
We thank God for bringing forth bread from the earth, saying, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'te'avon. Good Shabbos.
Good Shabbos, everyone. Good appetite.